Good day, investors. Good day, viewers. I greet you all from wherever you're watching me from. So, today I got a call from an investor that is interested in buying waterfront properties that is along the Epe Creek axis, the Epe Waterway axis. And the waterfront property they are interested is within that Osho, the left-hand side of Osho. We have the right-hand side and the left-hand side of Osho in the beautiful city of Epe. So while I like us to analyze that axis, and I like us to see if there are restrictions within that axis using the Epe master plan. Because whenever I want to key into a property in Epe, I usually look at the Epe master plan to be sure that there are no restrictions within that axis, and to be sure that such property is safe to buy. So I look at the Epe master plan, and now the area the investor is looking at is called Osho axis, which is this axis. Now this is Osho. Now this is the left hand side of Osho, and while this is the right hand side of Osho. Let's assume we are coming from Lekki Expressway, which is from this axis. We go through a Lekki axis and we go down. This axis here is where we are going to have the proposed Lekki International Airport, and this is the waterways. This is the Epe Creek. This is the waterways. So when you drive towards this axis, you cross the Epe Bridge. Once you cross the Epe Bridge, the next thing you're going to get to is the Epe T-Junction, which is towards this axis. And then when you drive left is the Epe Ikorodu Road, where you have Temu and Osho, and you also have Shala and Mola Joye. So what we're looking at precisely is the left-hand side of Osho. If you are coming from the Epe T-Junction, the left-hand side, this is the left-hand side, and this is the right-hand side of Osho. So the left-hand side is where we have waterfront properties along Osho. Now, what we're going to analyze the left-hand side of Osho waterfront properties along this axis. Now, if you look at this map, you see that there is a green line here. This green line is called a creek side buffer. Creek side buffer. Now, why is there a creek side buffer along this waterway? This is a waterways. This part is waterways, and this other part is the green part, which is the creek side buffer. Now, the reason why there's a creek side buffer along the waterway side is because this axis is, according to the Epe master plan, is referred to as a flood prone area. Flood prone area. You can see flood prone area. So it's referred to as flood prone area. So that's why there's a creek side buffer. Now, along this creek side buffer, you are not permitted to have any structure erected along this creek side buffer. No buildings, no development, no estate should be positioned along this creek side buffer because it is a flood prone area. That's why there is a restriction here. There is a buffer here. So if you're having any properties within this axis, it shouldn't be close to the Epe Creek, the Epe waterway that goes straight down to the Lagos Lagoon, which is the Third Mainland Bridge axis. So any properties within this axis shouldn't be close to the creek side buffer. Now, this is the Epe Creek. Like I said, this is the waterways, the Epe Creek, which goes to the Lagos Lagoon. So there shouldn't be any property you are buying shouldn't be too close to this. So even if you are buying any property along this axis, it should have a C of O, should have a certificate of occupancy. That certificate of occupancy gives you an assurance that the property you are buying does not fall within this creek side, within the creek side buffer, because according to the Epe master plan, it says no development will be permitted in the designated creek side buffer. No development. The policy says no development will be permitted in the designated creek side buffer. So there shouldn't be any structure, any estate, any buildings within this axis. Any property that is built here will be demolished by the government. So if there's an estate very close to this axis that has a C of O, it means that the estate has taken into consideration this creek side buffer that is very close to the waterways, the waterfront. So any property you're buying should at least have a C of O. Even if the C of O is not out, there should be a file number to show that the C of O is in process. If the C of O is not yet out, I will advise that you hold on such property. So any property you're buying here should have a C of O, or at least the file number, the C of O file number should be out, so that you are sure that you're buying a safe and profitable real estate investment, that you're buying a property you can buy and go to sleep. So I would advise that you don't key into any property that do not have a title such as C of O. So if it has a C of O, it means this creekside buffer has been put into consideration before any structure would have been erected along this axis. So if it's close to the creekside buffer, it means that the C of O will not be approved. So such estates will be demolished. Sorry. So if you're buying any property along this axis, along the left-hand side of Okeosho, you should ensure that it has a C of O or a C of O file number. The right-hand side is safe. You can buy a property along that axis and also do your search. But towards this axis, according to the Epe master plan, you need to get a property that has C of O, that the C of O has been approved because of this creek side buffer, the demarcation, the restriction here that says you're not permitted to have any development along the creek side buffer, which is the waterway, because this area is referred to as the flood prone areas. It's called flood prone areas. It's called the flood prone areas. So I hope this video helps you in making the right decision when buying properties, waterfront properties along this axis. So thank you very much. Subscribe to my channel so that you can see more videos that's going to help you in your real estate investment journey. Thank you.